Modi is fantastic.
My friend, India's friend, Donald Trump.
The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is en route to Washington, D.C. to meet with U.S. President Donald Trump. Meetings and encounters between these two leaders have always had other world leaders watching closely. There have always been firm and long handshakes, warm hugs, shared laughter, a string of compliments, and much more. Every meeting between Donald Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been a great show of bonhomie between the two leaders. Trump has called Prime Minister Modi the nicest human being, while the Indian Prime Minister has referred to Trump as his dear friend. Since their first meeting in Washington, D.C. in 2017, their bond has only grown further, with joint appearances at mass rallies in Trump's stronghold, Houston, and Ahmedabad, a city in Prime Minister Modi's political home ground, Gujarat. But this meeting now will taste the much-hyped bromance between Trump and Prime Minister Modi. It comes amid multiple looming issues between the two countries that are likely to be the top of the agenda for discussions between Prime Minister Modi and President Trump. Now, these are illegal immigration, tariffs, and trade. Let's begin with a focus on illegal immigration. Fulfilling his campaign promise, Donald Trump launched a mega crackdown on illegal immigration on day one in office. Trump had earlier said that Prime Minister Modi, in a phone call, had assured him that India will do what is right on the matter. Last week, America deported 104 Indian migrants in shackles on a 40-hour military flight. Hundreds of other Indian nationals are expected to be deported, with discussions expected on managing their return. Now, this after images of handcuffed and chained deportees on the flight prompted anger in India. Now, Prime Minister Modi is also likely to push for expanding the H-1B visas, which are vital for the Indian IT workforce in the United States. Earlier, Trump had expressed support for the H-1B visa program, saying that America's tech sector needs skilled foreign workers. Next on the agenda, tariffs. U.S. President Donald Trump has been planning a system of reciprocal tariffs. He said, and I quote, "If they charge us, we charge them." Now, Prime Minister Modi's meeting with Trump comes just after the U.S. president announced 25% tariff on global steel and aluminium imports into America. Now, this is expected to slash India's steel exports to the U.S. by a staggering 85%. Trump has already launched trade action against Canada, Mexico, and China. He warned of tariffs against the European Union and the UK too. But preempting his tariff plan, India has already cut duties on a range of US goods, including high-end Harley-Davidson motorcycles. New Delhi is considering tariff cuts on other products, including electronics and chemicals too. Next on the agenda is trade. Trump has been vocal about a fair trade relationship. In recent years, Prime Minister Modi's government has shown a growing willingness to pursue trade deals. The US is India's largest trade partner as of 2024. However, India ranks 10th in the list of US trading partners. The bilateral trade between the US and India stands at a record $129 billion in 2024. The trade deficit between India and the US is widening, with the US importing $45.7 billion more from India than it exported there in 2024. Now, US imports from India accounted for about 2.7% of all imported goods last year. Donald Trump may also call on India to buy more American oil. In 2021, India was the top destination for American oil exports. This changed after Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which then prompted New Delhi to buy discounted crude oil from Moscow. Countering China, Ukraine war, Chabahar port, nuclear energy, And technology and artificial intelligence are other key topics that the two leaders are likely to touch upon. Now, Prime Minister Modi is also expected to meet several members of the Trump cabinet, US business leaders, and the Indian diaspora in America. A meeting with SpaceX and Tesla CEO Elon Musk is also likely. While Prime Minister Modi's visit to the White House can be seen as a sign of growing India-US partnership, the immediate mission of this trip could be to avoid trade ties from spiraling into a tariff battle.
From breaking news to the day's biggest controversies, shedding light on the world's top headlines, detailed analysis on the stories that matter the most to you. Catch it all on Spotlight at 6 p.m. India time and 12:30 GMT, only on Firstpost.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we put together for you. Touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbors were the first to send the special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout this week. Yes, Hindu Mandir we're on our way to Tel Aviv. Measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Tagwe. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
we were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote efforts. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion. 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.